Hey, everybody. So I do get to use one of the new products. Tupperware is doing this around the world thing right now. And we have a ravioli maker. We've got a sushi maker. There's a croissant maker. And then there is this, and I think I'm saying it right, Spaetzle maker. Okay. Jim says yes, and he would know. So it's a Spaetzle maker. And when they told me to make Spaetzle tonight, I was like, you're right. But you know what I found out? It is not difficult. So I'm going to show you how to make the dough, right? Easy ingredients, which is always good for me. If you watch me at all, you know that if it's simple, I'm all over it. And if it has more than 5 or 6 ingredients, I'm like, yeah, no, not so much. So we are going to make the Spaetzle. So simple. I'm just going to, all right, it's flour and eggs. And I know I've seen people like do the eggs in their hand and crack them against each other and do it with one hand. Not happening. Okay, so flour and eggs, just need a little bit of salt. And these counterscapes, these are amazing to have on your counter. That's why they're called counterscapes, right? There's a spoon that comes in them, but our measuring spoons are so accurate that all you have to do is just use this. You can keep it by your stove. There's a bunch of them over there. Okay, there's red pepper flakes, there's pepper, there's salt, but they're fantastic because you can see how much you have in there and you know when to refill it. Okay, we got our micro pitcher with a 1/2 cup of milk. That's all that's in there. We put the eggs back in there, and that micro pitcher is great. It comes with the bottom part that is 2 cups, and then this is a cup. And if you have something you want to melt in the microwave, or chocolate or butter or anything like that, you put the little one on top of the big one or the other way around, and you can put it in the microwave. It won't splatter. It won't make a mess on your microwave. Look, it appeared by magic from the other side of the kitchen. So yeah, it really is cool. And like butter for popcorn, amazing, because you don't have to clean up the microwave after you're done. You just go ahead and put it in popcorn. Let's see. Oh, nothing. And here's another thing. Okay. Oh, and here's those little spice shakers that she was telling you about before. These things are great. And again, it's an 1/8 of a teaspoon, which if you see something inch, that's an 1/8 of a teaspoon. Now, I'm not sure what difference an 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg makes, but it's in the recipe, so we did it. Now, all you have to do with this is just take your whisk. And Tupperware has a couple whisks. You want to look at them. There's a metal whisk that's really super cool. There's this one. So, right. And this is the same size bowl that comes as one of the host gifts. And it also comes in our deluxe kit that you're going to hear about in a little bit. It's a great bowl for anything. See this little thumb hole right here? So you can stand here and do this. It's not going to go anywhere. Comes with a seal, so you can let the kids carry it and it's going to stay put. And see how quick that mixes up? Okay, so that's the dough. That's this, and you know it's done when you can do this. Okay, and it just kind of strings down. Now, this is the Spaetzle maker, right? Kind of looks like a flat colander or a cheese grater. And this is the little thing that helps you make the Spaetzle. And I love the way Tupperware did this so that it fits right on there, so that when you put it in your drawer, you're going to know right where that is. You don't have to look for it later because it really attaches. All you got to do is take it off. Okay. Now, here's the fun part. So I'm going to turn this just a little bit so I can reach it better. And you just have to wait for your water to boil. Now, you can do it obviously right over the stove, but all you do is put this part of the Spaetzle maker right there on the pan. So, and it fits all sizes of pans. It doesn't matter. Our cookware is amazing. I love this. Look, this is on here. The handle's not hot. You can pick it up either way, and there's no, you're not going to burn yourself. It's great. And the other thing you might want to talk about, whoever sent you here tonight, is there's a way to get this, actually not this pan, it's a bigger one like this. It's amazing. It's 5 quarts. Get it free. So find out about that. But all we have to do now for our Spaetzle, we're going to take our ladle, and it says with your free hand because you're supposed to be holding this. We're going to take our ladle and try not to make a mess. And you just put it on here. Okay. Not hard. Then you take your little Spaetzle maker and just go back and forth across here. And it just goes right down in there. So this dough is just going down in the water. Fun fact, Spaetzle is, the meaning of Spaetzle is sparrow. I have no idea how that turned into noodle, but the German meaning of Spaetzle is sparrow, and it had something to do with the fact that they're just so tiny little noodles that that's what they call them. So I'm going to move this away. And it doesn't take long. This is a full recipe. And I was really surprised because I did practice this afternoon, how much this makes. So you just let it go into the boiling water. I'm gonna do this one more time. And so you can just let that sit there a minute. Excuse me. There we go. And again, just back and forth until all that dough goes down in there. And then you can just put this across the top of your bowl. And you take your whisk and you just stir this up a little bit. Now it's done when they start to float to the top. So you're going to let it go for a minute. I'm going to grab like one of our simple spoons back here. And it just says to do it a little bit at a time. There we go. See, they're starting to float to the top. As soon as they float to the top, you leave them there for just a minute or two, and they're done. And these are your noodles. Now, the best thing about these, as far as I'm concerned, is actually they taste great, but you can do so many things with them, okay? You can, and I made myself a list because there was so many ideas. You can put sauce on them, just like you would any kind of pasta, right? Or you can put cheese on them, like macaroni and cheese. You can do, oh, Loretta told me this earlier today. You can melt butter in a pan, which we're going to do here in just a second. Actually, these are done, so I'm going to move this over here. Oh, and it beeps because there's nothing on it, right? But we're going to put this on it, so there is something on it. Another one of our pans. Amazing. So we're just, oh, yep, got this on spoon here. Just going to take this out. Look at this. So one of the things you can do with this is you melt some butter. Let's see how fast. You take that? You're so helpful. Thank you. We're going to take the butter. We're going to melt the butter. It seemed to be melting too fast. I might have. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, there we go. When I took the pan off, this is like an induction thing. So when I took the pan off, it quit getting out. But you just take the butter, and while that butter's melting, I'm going to show you another use for our supersonic that we'll reuse. All right, I already have the bread in here just to speed things up. But if you ever want to have breadcrumbs and they're not in the pantry, okay, I almost did that today. I actually did find some, but I realized that you can make breadcrumbs in our supersonic. And you know that end of the bread that my mom always called it the heel, okay? The heel of the bread that you don't really know what to do with. She used to make grilled cheese with them, and she'd put that on the inside so you didn't know you were getting the heel when you got down to the bottom of the bread. You can use that for this, okay? You're just gonna put your bread inside your supersonic. You can do it with the smaller one too. And you're just gonna pull. And when you pull, first you top that bread out. And the more you pull, the smaller the bread gets. So pretty soon, we've made your bread. That did not take long. The butter's melted. As Lori said, you don't want to argue with this. Okay, and we're just going to take these breadcrumbs. I'm going to put them in here in that butter that's melting, and I'm just going to brown them a little bit. You can put seasoning in them. You could put maybe Italian seasoning or any kind of spices that you like, you know, just enough to make it taste however you want it to taste. But with the butter and the bread, you just brown it a little bit. Doesn't take long. This is great for like just a quick snack. This is really good. The other thing about Spaetzle, okay, is that it's great for meal planning. Like you can meal prep, you could make this and you can store it in a airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 5 days. So you could do enough on a Sunday afternoon to make 2 or 3 meals during the week, because you can do so many things with it, so many different varieties, that it would be like eating something different on those nights. So we're going to turn this off. We are going to add this to the Spaetzle. And I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but I'm telling you right now, I had some this afternoon, and it's delicious when you eat it like that, especially if you have just a little bit more butter, maybe some salt. But this is one of the most fun things that Tupperware's come out with, because it's so easy to make and it's different. Okay. It's different. It's different for your family. It's different for you, but it was so simple. You could do it after work. You could do it as a meal prep, and it's just a lot of fun.
My grandkids would love that.
Oh, no kidding.
And you can use all kinds of cheeses on this. There's all kinds of recipes that are out there, but you can make like your own macaroni and cheese with this Spaetzle recipe. But there's a ton of really cool things, broccoli and cheese, all kinds of fun stuff. But you're really, what you're making is your homemade noodles. And so you take it from there. So fun, fun, fun.